All right, team. So I wanted to do a training video on how to navigate TradingView. I'm going to make this as simple as possible, as slow as possible. I have Tanya here as well, um, and she's one of our leaders on our team. And I think it's important that we explain TradingView because I remember when I had started getting into the trading game, it took me a while to understand TradingView. But TradingView is an awesome tool on a website because you can really learn how to really mark your charts up like a pro. Now, what you want to do is if this is your first time seeing this video and you haven't started TradingView, we're going to talk about how you can actually create an account with TradingView first. Then I'm going to show you how to navigate it, and then I'm going to show you what the charts look like and how you can actually use the tools and where they are. Now, you're going to click on Start Free Trial. Now, I want to make this very clear. There are all kinds of different plans here. In order for you to learn how to trade Forex as a beginner, and really even as advanced, you only need the basic account. Now, the pro account basically is going to give you the ability to have more indicators, more charts in the window, just some extra things. Those things are important, but they're not critical to learn how to trade Forex and to make money when you're starting. You just need a basic account. So click on the basic account here, and it's going to have you put in your email that you want to use and a password. All right. And then you're going to check both of these here. So let's say I just put one of my, let me back up. You need to put a username. So let's say I just put, uh, Forex 101, put in your email, create a password, check both of these, click I am a robot, and then click create an account. And so then once you do that, it'll create an account and have you log in. Now I'm going to show you what the account looks like when you log in. So we're going to click on sign in. And this is when you are a returning user. So you click sign in. So now here's a couple of things to actually keep in mind when it comes to TradingView. You're going to have, different screens, different brokers. This is just, you searching different traders and figuring out what brokers they use, what indicators they use. That's just all that is. But if you want to start trading currencies, you can always click here to get to the main menu. And you can always click on markets. And this is where you're going to have a list of cryptocurrencies to trade, the currencies, which is Forex, stocks, and etc. Now, the other thing is that when you start with TradingView, I believe more than likely you are going to have a white color theme. It's going to look like this. All right. Now, if you want to keep the white color theme, you can. But if you want to switch to the dark color theme, you basically just click here and you switch to dark color theme. All right. Now, this is where you're going to have, your followers, people that are following you. This is where you can look at your account and billing, just in case if you decide to get the pro account, you'll know exactly how much you're being charged each month. This is your profile. So this is where you can set up your profile. You can add your picture. You can look at your settings here. So you can click here to look at the profile settings. Username, you can even change your username, upload your picture. You could put, a little bit about yourself, your social media, your website, whatever the case may be. You could just set all that up. Now, if you want to start trading currencies, you just pick one. So you can look at, and they have it here, like the major currencies. You can click on that. And this is going to show you all the major currencies in the market that you can trade. 7 matches comes up. So you could just start there. Or you can click on the minors. That's going to list all the other ones. Or you could just search them by, continent. So let's say if you want to do, the USD versus USD CAD, you're going to click on Americas. And notice USD CAD comes up, AUD, USD, whatever the case may be. So that's how you can choose the currency. So let's say we want to do Euro USD. So then you can click here and to say, I want to follow this. You can even set an alert. Then once you want to start trading it, you're going to click on full featured chart. Boom. Now, when you're starting out with this, the dark color theme, the white color theme is probably going to be on. So if you want a dark color theme to where you can see everything, the first thing you're going to want to do is, well, number one, you're going to want to put on auto save if it's not on. Then you're going to want to go down to the bottom and you're going to want to select dark color theme. Now the background is going to be completely dark. Then the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to find, and I need to look, you see this arrow here, click it here. And you see this is this chart properties or the settings. This icon that looks like a screw, and you're going to click on that. And this is where you can actually change it to where the background looks exactly the way I have it. So when you look at the background, you could select solid and make it completely black. The same thing with the vert grid lines, make it black. All right. The horizontal lines, make it black. Session breaks, make it black. Scales text, you can keep it at white. With the scale lines, you can keep it at gray. Crosshair, gray, all that stuff, just leave it. And then you can hit OK. That's what's going to make your screen completely black to where when you are marking up your charts and using horizontal lines, you will be able to see everything that you mark up. Now, the other thing that I like to do, first thing I like to do is I like to go straight to the tools here. So let's start with the trend line tools. Now, this is a normal trend line. This is where you draw your trend line to try to identify support or resistance, or when you're trying to create price channels. You click on it and basically you drag out. You just click once, drag it out, and then click again. That's how you draw a trend line. All right. Now, here's another tip. When you see trend lines, you want to put a star. What's going to happen is it's going to create this bar at the bottom that's going to have all of the tools that you want to use. So every time you add a star to any of these tools, it will appear here. So these are a couple of tools I use. So on the trend line part, I use the trend line, I use the info line, I use the horizontal line, the horizontal ray, the vertical line, and the arrow, and the parallel channel. So if you want to learn to mark up the charts like I do it, then these are the tools that you're going to want to favor. And that's all you need on this side. Now we're going to go into the fib section. I would just select the fib retracement. The fib retracement, you'll learn how to use that. But basically the fib is just another way of kind of measuring good entries and support or resistance and just knowing when to enter the market. You'll learn exactly how that works, but you're going to want to favor that one. That's it. Now, when we go down here, this is where you kind of draw, different shapes like the rectangle and the ellipse. I would favor the rectangle and the ellipse, and here's why. The rectangle does a very good job of identifying support or resistance. Some people use these as a way of identifying support or resistance across the board. Some people do that. Sometimes I do it as well. So you can use this to kind of identify marketing structure, because then it kind of helps you to see what the market is doing. So you see, okay, price broke this, now it's hitting this, and now it's hitting support, but then now it broke this, and now it's creating resistance here. So it helps you identify market structure very well. Let's look at the eclipse. Now the eclipse is good because when you're marketing the charts, the market typically hits support or resistance at least 3 to 4 times. So if you're trying to identify what price is trying to do, and you're trying to identify how many times it hits support or resistance, you can use this eclipse line, click it once, drag it out, and then click, and then click again and try to stretch it out. See if I can stretch this out. So it kind of creates this bubble here. All right. Trying to move it. It creates this bubble. So now you can create these as many times as you want. And let's say you create another one. And you kind of, shoot, let me see. And so now you can kind of see, oh, wow, price hit once and then it hit here. And then you could probably, put another one up here. So then it helps you to say, okay, price hit resistance at least 3 times because I can see it here with these circles. So it's probably going to eventually break this trend line because it's creating, a lower low and a lower high. Okay, let's see what else price does. And look what it did. Eventually, it did break this line. So that's just another tool that traders use to identify support or resistance. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually exit out of here. So when you're using this, favor this and favor that, and it will appear right here. See, you can see the rectangle is here, eclipse is here. All the things you favor is going to appear on this bar. So that way you don't have to keep on going back and forth. You could just click these and just mark it up with ease. All right. Now we're going to actually go into the text. Text is good. I do the call out in the text. Text is good because it could help. It could kind of remind you. It could kind of recite things you've already looked at. So you could put a text here and say, okay, price hit support 2 times here. You can click OK, and you could put it like down here. And you can even make the font bigger if you want, so that way you can see it. So let's just put it at 14. So then it's just another way of reminding yourself, okay, price hit here. Then you could put another text and say, okay, price dropped here. Or you could put another text. Here's a perfect example why text is good. When you're trying to identify patterns in the market, you can say right here, inverse head and shoulders. You see? So it's almost like if you're in your office and you use a sticky note as a reminder. A text is a very, very good reminder. So you could put that under here and you're like, oh, this is inverse head and shoulders. Price is about to shoot up. Okay, let me mark this up. So that's why using the text is good. So you're going to want to, favor that. Now let's talk about the call out. So I'm going to clear this again. So the call out here is good because it's just like the text, but it comes in a box. You could do it right here, and you could do the same thing. Inverse head and shoulders. All right. So just another way of reminding yourself what pattern you're looking at, or you can change this into say, enter the market here. Whatever you guys want to do, it's good reminders. So that's going to appear right here as a call out. So it's just almost like, if you see a sign that says turn left or stop, that's a call out, stop. So you want to favor that. Now, when you go down here, this is just another way of identifying movement. So you can do the head and the shoulders and the impulse wave and the XB pattern. You could just favor those. And this is good because, like, for example, if you're using this will help you to kind of, enable support and resistance. And then you can kind of, stretch it out. And this is where, sometimes they identify, the butterfly wave pattern. It's just another way of just identifying support and resistance. It just takes practice on knowing how to use it. This is optional if you want to use this just to get creative, but it's just another thing I use. Now we're going to go into the long or short position. The long position is for if you're doing a buy in the market. This helps you to determine your risk and reward type of deal. So it helps you to identify if a trade is worth taking. So like here, you see that price went up for a buy. So if you had entered down here and raised price all the way up here, this could be used as your take profit. You can use this as a stop loss once you identify that the chances of you profiting with this is higher than the other. So you see the risk reward ratio, price, and what the target is. So it's just another way of establishing your risk and reward ratio when you're trying to take a trade. So this is for the long position, which is buy. And then of course, we have one for the short position, which is for the sell. So you can, favor these. Let's look at the bar pattern. So the bar pattern basically kind of helps you identify if what you already have drawn up or what pattern you're looking like is confirmed or looking like it's going that direction. This is optional if you want to use this as well. Let me clear the charts. This here is just different icons you can use. You don't have to use this, but I'm just showing you guys. The ruler is used to help you to determine how many pips you would get out of a trend. And this number right here tells you how much pips you would have got. So it's good to use this. So that's just another thing. Let me clear this. Now, this is another tip I learned through one of the videos. If you want to zoom in, hit this button here, cover this, and boom, it's going to help you zoom into the chart. Let's say you want to do it a lot closer. Bow. So you want to do it again. Bow. Let's say you want to zoom all the way out. You hit the zoom out here. Shoot. Well, you can hit the zoom and it takes you all the way out. But let me try this real quick here. So let's say I go in and I want to zoom out. Okay, yeah, when you hit zoom out, it's going to zoom you all the way back out to where you can see the whole chart again. That's the cool thing. Now, here's another thing that's very cool. I never really got a chance to experiment the magnet, so I don't really know that much about it, but you probably don't really need to use it. This right here keeps you in drawing mode, okay? So let's say you're trying to identify a trend, right? And you're trying to figure out where price is going to go here. Let's say you're using the arrow. So let's select the arrow. This can help you identify more likely where the market is going to go. So let's say you go here, you click again, boom, 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 boom. It keeps you in drawing mode. It keeps you drawing to help you identify. You can do this with the trend lines as well. So let's say you're trying to identify a trend and you go up. You see, it keeps you in drawing mode. So this is another tool here you can use as well. So I'm going to go ahead, click out of this. Now with this one here, you can lock in all drawing tools. And I believe this is when, yeah, that's when you're locking in the drawing tools. I don't really use that a lot, so you can probably experiment with yourself, but it's not really necessary for you to trade. But this is how you can get all your drawing tools pretty much in order. So you'll have it right here on deck, so that when you're ready to mark up your charts, they're right there. Now, the next thing we want to look at is the different time frames. So see the slot here, you can select which time frames you want to do. Whatever time frames you want to trade in, you just put a star and they will appear right here. So let's say I want to put 2 hour, Boom. Now the 2 hour popped up. So now I'm on a 2 hour time frame. Let's say I want to do the 1 month. I put 1 month. Now the 1 month jumps in. So it gives you the ability to select whatever time frame you want to do. Now, if you become a pro user, then what's going to happen is you'll be able to choose what time frame you want to do. So let's say you select, let's say you want to do a 5 hour time frame. So then you can go here, 5 hour, put it in. Now the 5 hours available, and then you just favor that. But this is if you have a pro account. If you have a basic account, you're not going to be able to do that. So I'm going to exit this out because I don't want it. I'm going to unfavor this because I'm not going to use it. I'm going to unfavor the weekly because I don't do the weekly yet. Same with the 2 hour. So that's how you can do your time frames. I took out the 2 hour. Well, anyway, it'll go away. That's how you can do your time frames. All right. Now let's talk about the candles and the different charts. So here you could select which, candles or which chart you want. So if you want the line chart, you click here. Of course, you favor it. If you want to do the Heikenauchi candles, you can favor that, select that, and that will appear here. If you want the hollow candles, you can choose that and favor that. Or if you want the bar candles, you see how it looks like in bars, and you can favor that. So that's how you can do the different charts. But of course, with me, I'm going to stick with the regular candles and all that other stuff. That's just, how I do it. Let me put it back on the regular candles here. So that's how you could do your candles. Now, we're going to talk about the indicators. So depending on what indicator you want to use, you're going to type in, search what indicator you want to use. And whatever indicator you decide to use, you're going to favor it as well. If you're using an indicator that only your company uses, like the 20 pip and dip, then you go here, select that, get access to it, you'll get it. Another thing they have is candlestick patterns, and this is good because that way, whenever you're marking up your charts, if you turn on these indicators, it'll let you know which candle is forming. So when you favor these indicators, you click here and they will all appear here. And you can just select them and turn them on. So let's say we want to use a stochastic RSI, click that and they'll pop straight up. That way it's right there in your arsenal and you don't have to keep on searching for it. So it's all about just, getting access to the tools and favoring this so that way they're right in front of you. I haven't really messed with any of these. Now we're going to talk about how to create an alert. Now there's two ways you can create an alert. You can click up here and you could say, okay, if price is crossing down, and let's say it does it only once, I can set it to where they'll send me an email, let me know that price crossing down, check it out. Or you can zoom in, look at the very last candle here, and you can right click and say add an alert, do the same exact thing. So that's how you can add alerts. I would talk about the playback feature, but I haven't really experimented with that yet. So I'm gonna leave that alone. So another thing you can do as well is if you want to save your progress, you can always click here. So that's another thing you can do. So that's pretty much how you use Tradingview. Now, the only other thing I want to go over, and I'm only going to go over the basic things that you need to just get started trading. All right. So when you're looking at your alerts, you can click here, and this is going to let you know what alerts you have set. All right. Let's look at watch lists. Now, watch list is going to give you a list of pairs that you want to trade. Now, at Epic, we advise you to get at least 3 pairs to trade, at least 3. So then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to click on watch lists. You're going to want to, let's say you want to create a new list. Let's say you call it Forex 101. And I might have to experiment with this a little bit. It's been a while since I did the watch list, but let's go ahead. So then here, you create a new list, Forex 101, because I have another one here that has all mine here. Let's go to the Forex 101. And this is where you can click on this plus sign here and add a symbol. And so when you're starting to trade Forex, you're going to want to select Forex. And this is where you're going to choose pairs that you're going to have on your watch list. And this is important because then when you start trading, you'll have it right there on the right. And all you have to do is click on that currency, and that currency will pop up on your chart. And you can start marking it up and seeing what it's doing. So let's say you're starting up. Let's say you say to yourself, okay, you know what? I want Euro USD. Guess what? It's right there. Click the plus sign again. Let's say you want GJ. GJ's right there. Let's say you want UJ. UJ's right there. Let's say you want gold. So we're going to go to gold is considered, you can even click on all. That's a good one too. You can click on all. You got gold here. Let's say you want to do some cryptocurrency. You want to do Bitcoin versus US dollar. That way, when you're marking up your charts, it's all right in front of you. So you don't have to go through all the trouble trying to set everything up. Everything is set up, and then you're ready to start marking up your charts. So typically, Tradingview is very, very simple. So that's pretty much what I was going to show in this video. So that's pretty much it, guys. See if I can clear the list here. Yes, so I clear the lists. Let me see, how can I remove this list because I don't use it? But yeah, that's typically how you set up your trading view. So click on here. This is mine. Going to have to click on another list. And then if you want to erase a list that you erased, just click the X button, click yes, and now it's gone. You want to create a new one, create a new list, create one, and then start adding your pairs. So that's typically how you actually create a Tradingview account and get set up. And that's pretty much it. So you should see a button at the bottom, because this is on the training membership. You should see a button at the bottom that says create Tradingview account or log into your Tradingview account. That's pretty much it, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording, and I hope this was very informational and very easy to follow. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me anytime. See you in the next video.